But yeah, what we have today, I just so humble and so grateful. A little boy from coal mining town, Pennsylvania.
I'm going to get him, Bill. I'm going to get him. I'm going to beat him to a pulp.
You know, and just to have all this stuff. You know, see Tiger and I, when we sit there, we come into the gate, you know, we have the gates that open up and hits the sticker, and we sit there and we look at it. The gates are opening up, we look at each other, can you believe we live here? We get up in the morning, we look out the lanai at the golf course out there, and we pinch each other. Yeah, it's real, honey. It's real. Yeah, honest to Pete.
Oh, and one time we went to a picnic and Bill had Mary Ann, who probably weighed about 95 pounds. Mary Ann probably weighed about 95 pounds.
She come out with a brown paper bag and I says, is that the lunch? And she says, yeah. And I says, we're going to Point Pelee at the beach for the day. And she got a little brown paper bag there. And I got to tell this because it's better.
All right, it's all right.
So we get to go to pick her up. You know, Roy come over and pick me up. And then we drove over to get Tiger. She comes out of the house with this 7-Up galvanized cooler, yes, with the big.
Oh yeah, those are nice.
She knew how to cook.
The big buckle,
Oh, yeah.
2
And
handles.
so
Oh yeah.
put it in a trunk and away we go. We got out to Point Pelee.
But
put
I'm
down
not
the
with you.
blankets. Yeah, she's with Roy. She's with Roy. Roy's in the front seat driving. He's in the front seat. I'm in the back seat with Mary Ann. We get to
And the
Point
peanut butter
Pelee. We put the blankets down. We go in the water a little bit. We come back out, and then we say, let's eat. So I look at her, and she opens up that cooler, you know, and she's laying out the food. And she's got, I don't know, what do you have, pork chops there? You know, no, city
fried
chicken.
chicken.
She got all this stuff laying out over there, and I'm looking at that.
Watermelon.
And then what, watermelon was in the cooler, you know, and so on. So Mary Ann, we put a towel down, no blanket, you know, just a towel. And then she opens up, she buys the brown paper bag out, and she opens it up, and she says, here. And she had 2 sandwiches in it, 2 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches out at the picnic area.
Oh my God.
I'm sitting, I'm eating the sandwich. Thank you, Mary Ann. Tiger says to me, Bill, would you like to have some? My eye, yeah. It was like a man never ate before in his whole life.
Okay, so Roy takes me home, and I could tell he was a little upset with me. And he just tells me, you know, see ya, whatever he said, I don't remember. But and there he comes up with his little car that has like, the radio was like a pinball machine. You know, it was so funny. So now I'm sitting in the car, and we're talking, and we're talking. And I put my hand on his shoulder, and I said, oh my God, you're going to die. This is so... I said, Bill, can I kiss you? Oh my God!
Melted. I said to her, she says, can I kiss you? And we kissed. Like that.
Nothing.
Nothing.
There's a code of honor going on here.
Oh, yes, right. Because she says to me, well, maybe we can go out sometime or something along that line. I said, no, wait a minute. I said, Roy's my buddy, and I said, I work with him. And I says, I'm not going to go behind his back and start dating you. I said, I got to talk. I'll see him tomorrow, and I'll talk with him. So I went into work, and I seen Roy, and we got to talk, and we had a break. And I said to him, I said, Roy, I says, I knew he was having trouble with her. Sometimes he said, I'm probably not going to break up with Jerry or something like that. You know, he said, we're having too many problems with it. And it was her fault, naturally, you know, not his drinking. And I says, Roy, I said, you mentioned about breaking up with Jerry. I said, you going to break up with her? He's, oh yeah, we're done. After last night, I don't want nothing to do with her. I said, you sure? And he says, yeah. I said, would you mind if I date? No, go ahead, take her. Go ahead, date.
Go take her?
Yeah, go ahead, take her. And I said, okay, take her. And so with that, then I called her up and I said, I talked with Roy. He's break it off with you. And I said, then we can go out.
So now we are dating from August, and he talks to his Aunt Mary, who he lived with, Grandma Franko's sister. And Bill says to his aunt,
Christmas is coming. What to get her for Christmas? You know, we're going together 4 months. And and Mary says to me, what you going to get her? He says, aren't you going to get her in a ring? And I says, what ring? She said, an engagement ring. I says, Mary, I said, we've only been going together for 4 months. She says, she looked at me and she says, you better not let this one get away. Just like that.
Get to the deep bag!
Eddie came to visit us. Daddy was working afternoon, so I went out with Eddie. I don't even know where we went. We didn't get home until like 2 o'clock in the morning because he was distraught. I was a listener.
Eddie says to her while they're out, it's a good thing you're my brother's wife.
Ah.
It's a good thing you're my brother's wife.
He told Eddie.
That's Eddie. What did I
Eddie
She
told
thought
that.
you forgot about that, Bill.
Eddie told that to Bill. I did not say that.
Yes,
He wanted her to listen to me.
right.
You wanted her to keep listening?
Christy!
Come up to me and she says, Butch, how you doing? She says, you haven't called me up in a long time. I says, you know why? I said, I don't know what happened. I said, I had your address in my pocket and I got washed in the thing. And I said, I didn't have your name and your phone number. I had your name and phone number on it. And I says, she says, you don't remember me, Dorothy? And I says, yes. I said, I remember you. And she says, okay. And then she started telling me where we met, you know, and so on and so on. And I used to take the girls out and buy them a drink. And oh, boy, I'm telling you, that was nice.
Hey,
Except one time, how
can
about
you
this
define
one?
that, boy? You skipped over that part.
How about this one? This was a beauty. One time I'm out there, we're sitting at the bar, Slappy and I are out there at the bar, and we were dancing. Not Slappy and I, but I mean. And that's why I had to wait until he came home to see if we were going to run around together. So anyhow, with that, I'm sitting there, and a girl comes up to me and smacks me across the face, and she says, Butch, if you ever stand me up again, she says, so help me, I'm going to get after you. And I says, oh, and she saw I was Butch. She smacked me in the face because I stood her up. Made a date with her and didn't go, and I'm getting blamed for it. Wow. But that was okay because I met probably about 3 or 4 girls because of him. With the look-alike thing at the various bars.
Hey to you. I got the right. Man, that's how you 85
and staying alive.
Uncle Bill, what is Slappy's real name?
Charles.
Okay, because Terry's laughing every time you say Slappy.
Charles.
Actually, his name was Slap Happy. Everybody had nicknames back then.
Okay.
Guess what mine was? Little Butch. We had Buttercup, we had Camel, we had Hambone, we had Slappy, and Doughboy, and then me, Little Butch. And these were just, everybody had nicknames back home, you know. And Slappy got the nickname because he was funny.
Okay.
All right, the two of us got together
Like knee slap.
Right. The two of us got together, and I mean, we had some great time because I was funny. We make each other laugh, and we actually tried to start up a comedy team one time up in Detroit.
Get it out.
Oh yeah, we had a guy write up a skit for us, but it was but it was tough because what he did, he wrote us up a pantomime skit, and one of the hardest things to do, we found out later, was to take and get comedy out of a pantomime. You had to really be a good actor. Or here we are, we're 2 cut-ups, you know, and what we thought we would get started with, you know, like Dean Martin was a straight guy, Jerry Lewis was a funny guy, you know, Bud Abbott and Lou Costello, straight guy, funny guy, you know. We thought we would both be funny guys. We had a double comedian thing going here is what our plans were. We had no experience whatsoever, you know. And I think we paid $150 for the script. That's what we did. We scraped up $75 a piece. Yeah, it was because we were married. Tiger and I were married.
Yeah.
I thought you were slapping her, man.
We were going to get married until she come along. I'll be the ice cream because you make me melt. Love you, you're honey.
Especially with that hat on.
Yeah, love you, honey. Yeah,
Isn't that cute?
yeah. I love you, honey.
It's got to go through the motions.
And beat me. Oh, look at that baby. Look at that baby right there. Whoosh.
Matt! Hey, Matt! Matt, come on, man! You good.
Good job.
Okay, Matt.
Good job.
No wonder I get stuck coming down a chimney.
We had moving problems. We lived in this place over here. We lived down in the basement. Bubba Petros's house. We lived in the basement of as a matter of fact, Ed don't remember this, and I don't understand why Ed don't remember this. Eddie and I slept. We slept on the canning shelves over there. Sis slept on an army cot over there, and we had remember the chrome kitchen tables? They used to have the chrome legs and that. We had kitchen tables over there. Our chairs, we had. Let me see. Pap had a chair. Mom had a chair. And we used, remember the orange crates, the wooden orange crates?
That's what you said.
We had 3 wooden orange crates, and Sis, Eddie, and I slept on there. Butch stayed at Bubba Petros's house all the time. I don't know when he went up there, what age he was when he went up there. But he stayed at Bubba Petros's house all the time. And then that's what we did. We lived over there, and oh yeah, man, we used to get, we'd get toast. And we had no butter, but they put lard on it, you know. And then if we had sugar, we got sugar and sprinkled sugar on it. That was a delicacy. A lard bread with sugar on it to eat. And we used to go down to the butcher shop and see Mr. Dietz, who was a butcher. Pap wasn't that Pap didn't want to work. Pap would do every kind of job imaginable. My dad would work any and everything. Just make some money so I can support my family. That was his big concern. And
It just worked out.
so we go down there and ask Mr. Dietz, can we get a bone for the dog? And he said, yeah, I'll get one for you. I got some back there, you know. They graded, you know how they cut it all down. Well, this one, whenever he knew we were coming to he's come back and pick it up later, you know. And we'd come back and pick it up, and it was a little bit more meatier than the other bones, you know. And we took that home. Mom threw it in a pot with water, carrots, potatoes, and celery, and there was soup and have flavoring of meat. And then Mr. Lehaney, he was the baker back there, and they had a big barrel there, and all the day-old or 2-day-old stuff was thrown in there. We said, can we get a couple of bags of these for our chickens, my grandmother's chickens? Yeah, go ahead, help yourself. Bag taken home. Remember the strainer you have for noodles?
Yeah.
All right, put water in the bottom, put these, what you call Danish. They hit the table like that. Okay, they were hard donuts. Yeah. Put them in there, not a whole bunch of them, you know, put maybe 6, 8, put a lid on them, steam them. And they come out and they were soft, but you had to hurry up and eat them because they got hard again. Yeah.
So the way you guys lived, the canning shelves, were there a lot of families living that way at the time? Or were you guys like the one family in town who lived there?
No. A lot of family, like I said, Mr. Dietz knew of our family plight, you know, and there were more, I should have said, there was more like this too. In that particular age. Mom and Dad went through the Depression with 4 kids. You know, the Depression was 29 to, I guess they figured the Depression kind of was over like 35, 36. Yeah. And so they 4 kids that they went through a Depression with. And I mean, you think this is bad now, with this 207, 208, with these millions of people laid off? Oh, Jesus. That was nothing. You couldn't get a job to save your soul.
Right now, at this particular time, I'm a little rusty. No, as a matter of fact, I'm also a lot green. Greeny in the fact that I'm a greenhorn. And but I'm going to continue on until I achieve the goal that I'm after, and that's to be a ding-dong golfer.
Oh! Excellent. Where are we? 5, anything, 6. It's important to look at that. Oh! Attaboy.
Let's scrub your balls. Let's scrub your balls.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
We hit that guy in the black shirt down there.
Oh! Beauty!
All right, please.
No. Oh, never mind.
Beautiful! Oh! I know this is uncouth, but you as a spectator, you as the rules, me as a golfer, you know.
So we're here live at the first Billy golf outing, Crystal Beach, Canada. So, when you were out there today, how did you feel about the course? Was it in good condition?
Huh?
Were you drinking a blue light? No.
Now, did you feel that you were really connecting with the ball?
Who?
There was no owls out on the course.
No.
Okay.
Well, this is a full beat.
But
This is 9.
did you feel comfortable playing with your partner Pete Donald,
Who's that?
knowing he's a Canadian?
Bummer.
Yeah, that's what we all said. Bummer. He is Canadian.
No, good Canadian.
Great Canadian?
Good Canadian drink. Yes.
Great Canadian drink.
Anyhow,
Pete
I
Donald?
did it with 2 clubs. This was the auxiliary club, and this was the championship hit club. Okay? And,
Now, Mr. Bill Franko,
yeah,
I got to
yes,
ask you a
sir.
question.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry. I got carried away here.
Was the knee a factor today?
The knee, the weenie, or the right knee, left knee, or the weenie?
Whatever knee you wanted to play with.
Okay. Anyhow, the choice, I guess, would be mine, and I can blame it on the left knee.
The left knee.
Left knee.
He blames it
yes.
on the left knee, but his weenie played well.
Right.
Back to you, Todd.
Soda jerk.
Isaacs, yeah.
Isaacs?
We made everything. We made sandwiches for lunch.
How were the girly girls?
I tried it, but it didn't work. they still went to me. I had a hard time. I quit dating girls from Cannonsburg in my senior year in high school. Did you ever hear Eddie and I asked 11 girls to go to the senior prom, and they all turned us down? 11 girls turned us down for the senior prom. I mean, fabulous. So I quit dating a girl from Cannonsburg. They weren't, at that rate, they weren't good enough for me. You know? Yeah.
Because they told you that you weren't good enough for them.
Right. They're definitely not good enough for me. Yeah. So, yeah, I remember we were working at Isley's. She came in. Did you ask anybody today? And I says, yeah, I asked Geraldine Corey. What'd she say? No. You know. And he said, well, I talked to, I don't know, Joan McNary. I asked her. I said, you asked Joan McNary? I said, I wouldn't take her out to the barn.
Outstanding.
Joyce and Jerry came around. No one was home at the time? You guys were all gone?
Because I used to take care of them too. Sis and I took care of them all. Well, Sis actually took care of Jerry more so. And then Joycey came, and then we had Judy Carroll. Now Judy Carroll was my baby. Yeah.
And you guys were all at home?
At the time, yeah, on Pitt Street, yes. We can't, to this day, we can't find Judy Carroll's Jerry.
Yeah.
That's when she was pregnant with John Thomas, 39, and delivered him breech birth dead, you know, and so that had to be like 39, 40. And then Jerry was born in 41. So there was Jerry and Joyce, and then there was a little bit of a gap between Judy Carroll. And so there was Judy Carroll. That's how I was able to take care of Larry. Because I took care of Judy Carroll. I bathed her, I washed her, made her formula, you know, and I used to wrap her up in that little cotton blanket, you know, wrap her all up real nice and deliver her to Mom laying in bed, and Mom would sit up and hold her baby, you know.
And what was Pap doing during all this?
Working. Yeah, he was working down Cyanamide Chemical Plant. Yeah, he got a job down there, and boy, we were living high on the hog then. Oh yeah, he was making good money. Yeah. Then I got a job working for Kroger's, and the money all come in, put on the table right there, payday. Money put down right there. Didn't even you open up that envelope, you're in trouble, baby.
Oh, Royce said, Parker, there's 3 of them in there. Huh? Yeah. This is mine.
Not your friend tonight.
This is my pocket. Last night it was this corner. And then when I shot this afternoon, it was that corner. Here it is tonight, this corner. I'm tired of getting cornered on the pool table.
Right, Tim? Sounds legit.
Yeah, we keep switching corners.
But you want to know something with the hard life that we had and all that? I wouldn't give it up for the world. I like my roots, and I think that it made me a better person because of it.
Well, you think you become
and,
much
you
more
know, I can sit
appreciative
down
of
and
what you
cry.
have later.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, and this is why I'm so proud of what like we have right now. I mean, we got a condo down in Florida on the golf course. Never thinking about having a home in Florida. You know, even with Butch, and Butch, how can you afford a home in Florida? You know, well, I said, you must make an awful lot of money on washer and dryer business. And but yeah, what we have today, I just so humble and so grateful. A little boy from coal mining town, Pennsylvania, you know, and just to have all this stuff. You ought to see Tiger and I when we sit there. We come into the gate. You know, we have the gates that open up and hits a sticker. And we sit there and we look at it. The gates are opening up. We look at each other and say, can you believe we live here? Yeah. We get up in the morning and we look out to Lanai at the golf course out there and we pinch each other. Yeah, it's real, honey. It's real. Yeah, honest to Pete.
I think there's something definitely different about your generation that probably is not going to happen again.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
There's just something about that coming out of the Depression, the World War II,
Yeah.
and then the economic boom.
You have to figure the person, and if the circumstances are there, are they strong enough? Will they prevail to be able to do the things that are required at that particular time? Now, maybe with the upbringing that we had, that makes us stronger to take care of the kids, because maybe if we had a nice, easy life, then maybe the same thing would prevail here, you know. But because we had such a hard life, then things just, if it was hard to do, you did it. It didn't make any difference. It was not, should I do it, or should I didn't do it, or I can or I can't. You did it. That's it, you know.
You see us, you
Yeah.
know, us 40-something nice suburban kids, and we all had 3 cars in the driveway and whatever. And you like look and let. There's no way that you would have come through Canonsburg the way we came through.
Well, I know I wouldn't have had 3 cars. No, I just think that you muscle up to it is what it amounts to. You got to do what you got to do to get it done, because it was a matter of survival at that time. There was nothing with you to a matter of survival. You were surviving all along, you know, and like I said, and I don't want to take and shoot cabbage, but I mean sleeping on canning shelves for a bed. And then I remember Bubba Franko, she finally got enough flour sacks that she got 4 of them to sew together to make a mattress, you know, for a mattress for Eddie and I to sleep on, and it was filled up with either hay or chicken feathers.
So on that point, let's contrast it.
Yeah.
70 years ago, you're sleeping on flour sacks and canning shelves.
Yeah.
Fast forward 70 years, and one of your offspring is asking for fresh sheets to sleep on.
Right. Yes. What a transition period.
Yeah.
And
Fresh.
you know what?
They were clean.
We were glad that we had some place to sleep.
Right.
We were glad we had some place to sleep. How many people sleep in the basements today? How many people would sleep in the basements today?
Bill Franko.